Hello there, everyone. The Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 7 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where today, we're working on diving into some tech mods. We're getting into some thermal, we're getting into some mechanism, we're working on getting infinite lava, we're just doing things, we're getting stuff done, so let's get into it. I gave all my dead batteries away today, free of charge. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of the Andrada in Project Architect 2, where I had to roll back a backup in between episodes because the Andrada made a massively terrible, horrible mistake. Okay, so let's see what happens. So if we fly over somewhere completely away from our base, because I don't want to mess up our base or anything like that. But let's say I come over here to this nice, wonderful, beautiful forest of whatever these are, pine logs, okay? And I take my guitar and I right-click on it. It's going to strip it. And then I right-click again. It mines all of the blocks within a massive range. So you can imagine my dismay and my facial expression when I did this in my base and I accidentally stripped all of the logs in our base. Yeah, it was an absolute horrible mess. So I no longer am going to keep my guitar on my #1 slot in my hotbar. I'm going to keep an axe here now, because if I right click with an axe, yeah, sure, I'll strip. You know what? I'm not even going to keep the because it's a habit to have my pickaxe there. Maybe I'll put my trident there, because if I throw the trident, whoop-de-doo, I can go back and go get it. But if I strip all of these logs, I'm telling you, literally my entire base, all of the logs from here all the way over to this second half of our base were gone. Luckily, a backup had just been completed only maybe about 10 minutes before, so I just had to redo a little bit of the work that we had done, but not terribly too much overall. So it was recoverable at least. Anyway, so in between episodes, I went ahead and I made that Mark II condenser, which is actually fantastic. If we place this in here, you're going to see it has 2 slots now, 2 inventories. Solves the problem that we ran into last episode where we can't have things export at the same time as the buffer gets filled up, because it has an output buffer, which is great. So if I come in here, we can go ahead and throw this on there, even though it's really not necessary. If I come in here and grab myself, and let's say that I want to just get it up to dark matter. Sure. That way it's got a nice big old buffer of stuff. And then we'll just get 139,000 every so once in a while. If I turn this guy on, it'll go and it's going to process and it's going to fill up and do its thing automatically. And then the dark matter will go over here onto this side, and we don't have to worry about it just, overflowing and filling up too much of our inventory here. So it's great. And then it looks like maybe about every minute to 2 minutes, we'll get a dark matter at 139,000. I'll take that. That's not too bad. 139,000 every 2 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, like that's, you know what, can we do 139,000? Is it able to even do that? Because this has a cap of 4,000 per second, doesn't it? Or something like that. EMC import limit 4,000. So can I not? I wonder what's going to happen. Actually, now I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Is it going to be able to do the thing? Let me go ahead and grab no. Let's just grab a little bit of this stuff. It's just going to convert it back, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so there's the dark matter. Yeah, look, it's not extracting it. I think it's too powerful. Okay, so dark matter is a no-go, because it's, so you know what? This is still filtered, isn't it? Okay. Man, and now I'm not going to be able to. What if I do this? It won't let me put it in because that's what it's learning is the dark matter. Let's go ahead and grab dark matter. Let's try this again. Okay, dark matter. Okay, so it did pull. I didn't see it say that I got some X thousand. I need to see that. I don't want it to just say 4,000, you know? You know what I'm saying? I did make an infinite fuel, by the way. We'll talk about that in a moment. I want something that has a decent amount of EMC, but not A ridiculous. Oh yeah, look, 139,000. Okay, whew. My concern was that for some reason this says it's only able to import 4,000, that I'm not going to be able to do the thing that I wanted to, but we can. Okay, so with that being said, today I've got 2 paths. I haven't fully 100% decided on what of those 2 paths I want to do, but we'll decide in a moment. Before I begin, I do want to go ahead and get myself a temporal pouch, time in a bottle. I'd also like to get myself an experience crystal. I did make the infinite fuel to put into our furnace here, so that's great, 2.2 million EMC, but it uses 128 EMC every time it needs to activate, and I don't have to worry about ever putting coal into this guy again, which is pretty nifty. Now you act as an axe, right? Yes. Okay. I'm just scared of this thing now. Like that was quite frightening when that happened, because goodness gracious, my base was, I'm telling you, deleted. Anyway, I'd like to go ahead and make a couple things, actually. Let's go ahead and get this infinite steak going. I just need to get 8 steak, which I think I have some steak or raw mutton, raw beef. So I just need 8 of these. And then with that, I can go ahead and get that going. Now, I would like to upgrade our furnace, iron furnace upgrade. So we're currently at the emerald tier. I'd like to get up to obsidian, which requires 4 blaze rods for obsidian. So let's grab blaze rods and obsidian. Let's just make this go even faster. I think it was 1 emerald, right? Luckily, I have some. I don't know why I pulled out 2. Scroll wheel is supposed to only do 1. But it's doing 2 for some reason. Funkiness, it's inventory profiles next, because I added it into the mod. It's not built into the mod pack. It's not configured, so I have to do a little bit of work with it, but that's okay. And then after obsidian furnace, we can go to netherite, which requires 4 netherite ingots, which requires netherite scrap. And our best way to get our netherite scrap would be enriching or induction smelting, or just regular smelting for now, if I wanted to, but I'm okay without it. That's not a big deal to get that up to netherite tier. Anyway, so with these steak and a transmutation tablet, we can go ahead and get the infinite steak, and then I can put that in my backpack instead of having this. I mean, not that the bread has been, bad to us, but if I can have infinite food, I might as well. We'll go ahead and say food upgrade. You're going to allow the infinite steak, and that's the only thing you're going to be allowed to eat. And then the bread can get shoved into our food, which we honestly don't really need anymore. I would like to look into what is the feeding upgrade, the advanced version, going to require. Gold, that's going to happen. Okay, so we just need redstone dust. 3, and then a diamond. Can't wait till we get AE2 and we don't have to actually use our transmutation table anymore. Tablet, we can just link it up with an interface. But I need 2 gold. That's you. And then, bam, if we do this, we can grab this out of here and upgrade it. The reason I want to go with the gold is that you can make it feed you immediately. So I want it to allow that match. I want it to feed when I am feed as soon as I'm a tiny bit hungry. Even if it wastes the food, I don't care. Feed as soon as I get hurt. That should help ultimately keep me alive for a very, very long time. Like nothing's really going to be able to damage me. As long as I keep my food and I can continue eating, it'll help with health regen, and we're going to be good to go overall. Okay, so that takes care of a couple of things. My main goals this episode, though, is I think I need to start working on getting into some sort of mod for power. And yeah, I'd also like to make an experience crystal. Man, there's a lot of things I would like to do right now. Experience crystal is lime, stained glass, emerald, bottle of enchanting, and black concrete. And you might be wondering, the Andrada, where'd you get black concrete from? You're going to find out very soon, to be honest with you. I had a bottle of enchanting, yes. But this way, if I do end up dying, I don't have to worry about losing all of my experience. Lime, stained glass, and then black concrete. I have black concrete, and I have gray concrete, and I have white concrete. And 3 emeralds. Okay. And then with that, we can go ahead and make our experience crystal. Excuse me. Grabbed gray, not black. One, two, three. Okay, cool. But with this, the experience crystal is a fantastic little mod. This can go into here, since I said I was going to have my enchanting set up over here, maybe. But we can store all of our experience into here, and we can bucket it out as needed for other mods. So that's great. But then we don't have to worry about us dying. So that takes care of that. I'd also like to get a temporal pouch going. That's a time in a bottle. And we can actually easily do that. And I'm going to show you how. I need how much leather? I don't know what I just did. 5 leather. We're going to need a ender pearl. We're going to need a blaze rod. And we need to convert this blaze rod into blaze powder. Like so. That's perfectly fine. You're not EMCable. But we can go ahead and do this. You are EMCable, so we'll go ahead and learn Eyes of Ender. Kind of a bummer that Blaze Powder is not, but that's okay. That goes into Gems and Dusts. With that, we can go ahead and grab ourselves 2 blocks of raw gold. So we'll grab, those notice boards are annoying. 2 blocks of this stuff. Learn it. Give me it back. Bam. And then now all we need is the Nautilus. And you're going to be like, the Andrada, where do you get Nautilus from? Because that's like, only found in the oceans. And like, there's no ocean relatively. I mean, I guess that ocean. No, that's Hyacinth Depths. I don't even know what that is. But there's no ocean near us. Well, if we go to our villager farm, you're going to see that I set up over here a trial run setup for our, speaking of, how are you doing? Yeah, I should have known that was going to be a problem. Poppies is a problem. Okay. Anyway, I went ahead and set up a trial run setup over here of a Fletcher and a oceanographer to see what we can do to automate this setup. So Fletchers give you, from sticks, you can get emeralds, and then we can take those emeralds and buy sea lanterns. So for the cost of 64 sticks right now, currently, or 256 EMC, we will get 14,000 EMC. So we take 256, turn it to 14,000, and that's our ultimate goal here with this setup. But we can get emeralds if the Andrada was smart enough to bring some stuff with him. So let's grab some sticks. And we're going to go ahead and trade with this guy. To get the emeralds I need for my Nautilus shell. And then with the Naughty shell here, we can go ahead and grab ourselves a temporal pouch, which is a time in a bottle. And I can go ahead and lock that slot using inventory profiles next, which is great. But time in a bottle and temporal pouch, same thing. They do the exact same thing, and they work great. This setup over here, we're going to deal with later. I do have the capabilities of doing this now that I have an auto trader available to us. I need to get potions of weakness so I can convert 2 villagers over to, the nice guys and everything that give us better deals on our trades. Because 32 sticks, while easily doable, is a little bit pricier than I would like. It's been mentioned before that we can get it down even lower than that. And I got this idea, by the way, from Kazutora. Thank you for that in the comments, where we can go sticks from Fletcher's. He mentioned Prismarine, but we can also eventually go into Heart of the Sea, which is Heart of the Sea if we can get the trade from, 2 emeralds or 1 emerald for a Heart of the Sea. That's like a ridiculous amount of EMC that we're able to get from that. Heart of the Sea is 32,000. So anyway, that's where we stand with all of this. Today, what I want to work on, or at least get started, even though the episode is about halfway done at this point, I'd like to get ourselves going into some sort of power. I want to get into EMC or AE2. And in order to do so, we're going to need to get a few things going. And I think for power, I'd like to get into Create. Not terribly deep into Create, but I like to get Create going with a Ender Tank. And with the Ender Tank, we can go ahead and get an infinite lava source from the Nether. And then use magmatic dynamos to get us some early game easy power. Yeah, I think that's going to work. The only other option I have would be a Magmator from Powa, which doesn't seem terribly too bad if we went up to the Nitro tier, but the Magmatic Dynamo, I think, is going to work for us okay for now. So anyway, let's see what we need to do to get into both of these mods. And in order to do so, we're going to need to get into a couple different things. The first thing that we're going to need to get into is a little bit of Mekanism, I think, in order to get ourselves a crusher. Now I'm thinking about it. You're going to be a pain. Need to get metallurgic infusers going. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and grab. We need some iron, some osmium, and then furnaces. So I need to grab myself. I'm going to need at least 2 metallurgic infusers right now. So I need some redstone for sure. So let's grab a stack of that. Let's pop over here. We're going to grab our iron. I know we have some osmium, and we can go ahead and grab some cobble from here. And then with that, we can go ahead and make 2 furnaces. And come on, I meant to hit the button before I did that. 4 furnaces. And then we should be able to make ourselves metallurgic infusers. And I should be able to make 2 of these. Yes. Okay. I don't like that does that. It's very annoying that it shifts everything to the side when the quest's complete. I'll have to see if there's a config for that. Now, let me make note of that over here really quick. Check JEI for quest config. Stop pushing. Okay. So anyway, with 2 metallurgic infusers to start with, at least, we should be able to get this setup going. I am going to need some sort of power for these guys. And for now, we're just going to go ahead and set them over here. Eventually, my goal is to take over our village over here. I'd like to take over different houses and have different houses be our different themed areas. And then once we run out of this village, we can go expand to another one since we have waystones. And, you know, from the outside, it looks like a regular village, but from the inside, it's got all kinds of, you know, techie stuff inside of it. But let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Man, this thing is way too fast. That's the only thing I don't like with this, among other things. I need my coal generator. Now, it has been mentioned, or I've seen, that a furnace with a fuel or a is it factory? No, it's this augment, the generator augment, along with an infinite fuel is actually pretty darn good to generate power. And then you can like add a smoking augment to that to make it work even better. Like if you smoke carrots with it, because that's what I've seen. Maybe something to look into. We'll compare. But for now, we have a coal burning generator, so we'll go ahead and stick with this guy. We'll go ahead and just single click. Thank you. Put you here. We'll grab, I know I have some energy pipes floating around. We need to go ahead and do the thing with those. I love these textures for the pipes mod, by the way. I believe Chosen created these. That just darkens them so that they don't stand out so much, because they're usually very neon, which is very not great looking. Okay, so with these 2 metallurgic infusers, I'm going to want to go ahead and grab myself some coal. Now, yeah, let's grab some coal and then some more redstone. You know what? I can just do blocks. Then I don't have to worry about it for a little while. Block of coal. So we're going to have this guy be blocks of coal to start with, and then this guy will be blocks of redstone. To go ahead and get our initial infusing going until we can get ourselves an enrichment chamber, as is always the case, and then 8x our production here. So we'll go ahead and just leave this as is, these planks. I wish I had a trash can slot. But anyway, with this, we can go ahead and take our iron now, and we can start working on getting ourselves some steel. We can also get ourselves going with the what's it called that we need. The these whatever this thing makes. The can't remember the name of them. These things, control circuits. Yeah. I do want to go ahead and mute Mekanism. Sounds are great, but they bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and mute the metallurgic infuser. I don't know why these are under yeah. recent sounds because I had not heard any of those sounds before. Now, when we finish with this, the iron, we're going to have to throw it back into there to go ahead and make the, oh no, it's osmium that has to go in here. Okay, that's fine. We'll make the infused alloys, and then we'll get the osmium going. I can go ahead and speed both of these up, 2x them at the moment. Power can handle that. Let's 4x it. Are we handling it power-wise? Yes. So we're making things faster, which I'm always a big fan of, speeding everything up. And then we're going to need, excuse me, this, and then this, and then this. I'll get 16 of those. Okay, cool. Poopy doopy. That was stupid on my behalf. Okay, let's do this. So this is done. Now we can go ahead and throw in 16 osmium, which will make the control circuits, which will get us going. My major goal here is to get myself I don't need an energized smelter. I don't think we have furnaces, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And we have the metallurgic infuser, but I do need to get a crusher. In order to be able to make the induction smelter and the multi-servo press that we need for this, we need a crusher for it. So give me a minute. Let's let all this stuff finish, and then we'll be back. Okay, so steel acquired, lava acquired, lead infused alloys, and all that good stuff. I also went ahead and made the factory augment for our furnace here, but then I remembered that in order to use it, it's not going to allow me to use the infinite fuel. Now, I know that Iron Furnaces has the wireless heat transmitter and the receiver, so I can work on making these. The coal generator does not work with the infinite fuel. I cannot put infinite fuel in here and allow the coal generator to work. So that's why I didn't switch that over just yet. Anyway, so what I would like to do is work on seeing what do we need to get things going. So my major goal here is to get a crusher because I need to be able to crush ingots down in order to use them to do other things. And actually, you know what? If I make the induction smelter, I don't need to do that, do I? I do need to do it for Invar. So I need to be able to crush it just to get Invar going. So yeah, crusher is definitely what we're working on. And so if I want the crusher, all I need to do is get some redstone, and then I need that steel casing, which I think requires maybe some glass, and then redstone. And with that, we should be able to hopefully grab this. I need an osmium ingot. I put my osmium away. Why did I do that? That's you. Then now we should be able to get a steel casing going. Yes. And then with the steel casing, we can go ahead and actually craft ourselves up the crusher. So then we'll just grab ourselves another energy pipe, and then we'll use this over here along with this. Okay. So the crusher is going to sit here. Now the crusher, the reason that we made this is because we need to make ourselves Invar for our induction smelter. Invar is made by crushing 2 iron to a nickel, or mixing 2 iron to a nickel. And then that'll make us our Invar blend. So 2 iron, 1 nickel gets us 3. I need a total right now of 8. So I need to do 6 iron, 3 nickel. 6 iron, 3 nickel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. And that'll get us enough to get this going. So if I go ahead and put this into here, it's going to crush it. I don't want to wait. I also don't want to hear it. So turn yourself off. Okay, and then we got to be quick with this because we want to make sure that our time in a bottle does not get wasted. Because we're riding the line there with the time in the bottle. And I can go ahead and do this, and then this, and that should get me 9 Invar blend. We go ahead and smelt that up, and it smelts out pretty quickly nowadays. I do want to work on getting obsidian to netherite furnace. So I'll work on doing that in between episodes because we have all this stuff. I would just need to make up the netherite. But that gets us our Invar blend that we would need for this. Now with the induction smelter, we can go ahead and make Invar gears. Just need some nuggets. And that's 2 Invar gears. And then with those, we're going to need sand. We're going to need a redstone flux coil, which is going to require gold. We need some sand. I'm trying to be quick because I know that this episode is getting a little bit long. But let's grab some redstone flux. I believe that we need lead for this, don't we? A tin gear. Tin, iron, gold, whatever. We'll just grab, you know what? We'll even grab some copper just in case, and some silver, sure. That way we just have everything on hand available to us. That's you. Tin gear. you, and then a blast furnace. I just need a furnace itself and then some smooth stone. Smooth stone. I need cobblestone. And we can grab ourselves a blast furnace. And now we can get an induction smelter. I'm also going to need to make myself a multi-servo press to get this done, but that will come in just a moment. Okay, so we need another, see, look how fast this darn thing is. You go in there, you go there, there, and there. Now with the induction smelter, we're able to actually craft all of those different things that we need much easier. I don't have to crush them first, then blend them. The induction smelter is going to do that for me. So with that, I'm going to want to get myself Constantin in bronze. And I need a bit of bronze because I also need it for my hose pulley here. I'm also going to need dried kelp blocks, which I don't think I have any kelp, do I? Have I learned kelp yet? No, that's a bummer. Do I have any other way of getting kelp? Nope. I'm going to have to fly out to an ocean, aren't I? Because I only have 9 and I need... Okay, cool. So I'll have to deal with that. But anyway, we're going to have to get a multi-servo press. Now that's going to require Constantin. Constantin is a recipe of a copper to a nickel. So we can go ahead and I need 8 of those. So copper and nickel. So I'm going to grab 4 copper and... Where's my nickel? Sort out. I don't think I grabbed nickel, did I? And that'll get the Constantin going. Good. I'm also going to need to get bronze. Bronze is 3 copper to a tin. And that's that. Okay. I just need a block of iron. Come on. And then I need that bronze. Now I can have myself a multi-servo press. We're going to definitely need to move all this because it's getting very close to our door here, but that's okay. This is all temporary. Bam. But the reason I needed the multi-servo press is for the hose pulley. I need to be able to make a copper sheet. So all I got to do is put a copper in there and we're good to go. I'm also going to need a stripped log, which I believe I have some inside of my system. Sure, that works. I can go ahead and place this down. I can grab some copper and I can do this and that'll get me a copper casing. With that, I can go ahead and clean up inventory so we can shove all of this stuff back in. We can run through this. Anything that can be learned can go back into there. All of our ingots and stuff can go into here. Infused alloys kind of sort of don't fit in there, but they're going to very quickly. The reason that we're doing this is so that we can get power so we can get into AE2. So what I need to do, I'm going to go find now that I have flight capabilities, I'm going to go, I think there's an ocean. There's probably got to be one down to the south here. I'm going to bring a waystone and I'm going to go find some kelp. What in the world is... Oh, I was like, what in tarnation? A giant starbuncle or carbuncle? But that's hilarious. I mean, it is technically a giant carbuncle, but it's just chilling out here in the world. I am going to go ahead and vein mine and grab all this wool because we don't know orange wool yet. So not going to complain about that. Orange concrete we don't know either. So yeah, we'll grab all this stuff, but I'm still on the hunt for kelp. And while I'm at it, since I know I'm wanting to get into AE very soon, I might as well vein mine up this skystone and grab all of the patterns that go along with it. Let's grab a breath and then mine this up until we find the chest, and then that'll get us the presses that we need. Do this, breathe. Oh, and that also gets us some Certus quartz, which we needed too. Probably should work on getting ourselves a better pickaxe because this is taking forever. Granted, we're underwater, so it explains why it's taking forever, but let's breathe really quick. But now we have all of the presses. I love that that's changed. You don't have to go visit, 200 of these things anymore. You can just grab it all from one. Let's just vein mine all of this stuff up. It's all EMC-able, so not a big deal. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Let's go. Are you a full Certus Quartz bud? Yep. And I believe we can turn eventually these into flawless. I'll just grab these and then we'll be okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. All right, continuing south. Okay, did not need to go in all the way to an ocean. I happened to look down and this muddy river happens to have kelp, which is a good thing because there's been no ocean, and I swear that there should have been one. Hey, look, here's another house just like mine. Another village that matches me, which will be great when I want to expand in the future. Where is your waystone? That's what I would like to find so I can come back here. It's generally a stone looking. There it is. Oh, there's actually two in this village. Okay, cool. Must be two villages mixed together. But now we can go ahead. We'll head back home, and there we go. Okay, so with the kelp now, kelp should be, I believe, is EMC-able, right? So I can grab kelp, and I can smelt up a stack of this stuff, and then that'll get us the multi-servo press. We're almost done. We're almost done. So let me get the multi-servo press, let me get the stuff that I need for the hose pulley, and I will see you in the nether. All right, so here we are in the nether, and built myself a little platform here. Hopefully this works. It's been a long time since I've ever done this. So we'll see. But what I've done is I've centered myself, kind of sort of centered myself in the middle of a chunk here. We want to make sure that we're contained within one chunk. But with the hose pulley from Create, if you have it placed above a, I need to break that cobblestone. If you have it placed above a source of liquid or whatever that has more than 10,000 blocks, what the hose pulley should do is recognize and say, hey, that there's an infinite source of, stuff. So I believe, do I need to do this the other way? Yeah. So if I lower this into here, it should tell me at some point that there's an infinite amount of lava, I believe. If I go ahead and say I want to pump it out, if I grab like a fluid pipe, and then my ender tank, and then I pipe wrench it. Excuse me. I want to extract. Yeah, there we go. And this should just continuously forever pull this up, I believe. Doesn't it usually say bottomless supply? Tapping the mantle. Pump from a body large enough to be considered infinite. Okay, cool. So anyway, so what this is going to do is it's just going to pump from here straight into our ender tank, and then the ender tank is set to be orange, 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 and that's a lava ender tank. So which means this ender tank now also has lava. We could speed this up if I wanted to. I could grab a advanced upgrade from here, and then I can make this go even faster, which probably is a good idea. So let's go ahead home. I know I have one. And then that way that can fill up absolutely as fast as it can. And then we have lava. Actually, you know what? Was it in my backpack? No. Didn't I have an advanced one floating around? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. The only other thing that I need to do is chunk load that area, which I failed to do when we left. But for now, I think that's going to be good. So in between episodes, I'm going to work on getting this wireless heat transmitter so we can get the infinite fuel used in our furnace over here. I'll work on that way I can use my factory augment. We got a crusher. We got a multi-servo press. We need to work on getting our magmatic dynamo so we can start getting power going. And I'm going to upgrade us to netherite. And I'll chunk load that area and upgrade it. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. I love that I have creative flight and I have a Qatar and I'm super OP, but I still haven't even started ore doubling. I haven't done my power is still running off of coal. We just now started diving into anything. Yeah, it's great. It's lovely. This pack is completely flipped topsy-turvy, and it's quite fun. I'm really enjoying playing this pack. Anyway, if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.